Hello, children. Topic for today is the poem Rebel. It is composed by DJ Enright. The full name is Dennis Joseph Enright. He is a poet, novelist, a critic, and a translator. He was born in 1920 and educated at Cambridge. He has taught English at universities in Egypt, Japan, Berlin, Thailand, and Singapore. He had been co editor of Encounter magazine also. DJ Enright died in 2002. And Injury Time, a memoir in which he muses upon his own condition, he has written about himself, and that got published during 2003. Let's move on to the explanation. To begin with, I would like to tell you that in this poem, the poet has sensibly appreciated the complex and contradictory attitude of rebels. Who are rebels? The one who disagree with the common ideas. They have their own creative opinions. Every adolescent action is motivated by self assertion, means that person says yes to it. Exhibitionism, he displays that behavior, and individualistic show of defiance and unstructured urge to be in different world means that person, the rebel, creates his own world, has his own opinion and the creative ideas. DJ Enright's portrait of rebel is keen, subtle, and witty. The poet questions his readers to ponder, and the poem remains open minded, though it closes on a cautionary, muted note. This poem is remarkable for its amusing humor, devoid of bitterness. When everybody has short hair, the rebel lets his hair grow long. In these lines, the poet expresses the attitude of a social rebel. When everybody keeps short and uniform hair, the rebel knowingly, deliberately grows his hair long. This he does for the fact that he wants to look different from others. When everybody has long hair, the rebel cuts his hair short. In these lines, a poet says that the rebel goes against the custom, against the tradition of the society. When the rest of the society grows hair long, the rebel cuts his hair short to show the difference from others. When everybody talks during the lesson, the rebel doesn't say a word. And when nobody talks during the lesson, the rebel creates a disturbance. In these lines, the poet expresses the thought when every member of the society talks during a lesson or meeting, the rebel kept silent because he wants to be prominent. He wants to show that he stands odd amongst the others. And while the poet says when nobody talks during the lesson or meeting, the rebel creates disturbance by talking loudly just to look distant. People like these are often attention seekers, also. Yes? When everybody wears a uniform, the rebel dresses in fantastic clothes. While when everybody wears fantastic clothes, the rebel dresses soberly. These lines show a different position of a rebel. When every person of the society wears simple and uniform clothes, the rebel uses strange and odd clothes, fashionable clothes, in fact. He wants to look distinguished from others. While when all the other members of society use queer and strange clothes, let's say party clothes, let's say different clothes, the rebel dresses himself very seriously and soberly. Means he would try to look odd one out always. In the company of dog lovers, the rebel expresses a preference for cats. In the company of cat lovers, the rebel puts in a good word for dogs. In these lines, a poet expresses his idea of a rebel. If some people love dogs as pet animals, the rebel talks about usefulness of cats. He prefers cats to dogs, while in the company of those people who love cats, he prefers dogs to cats. He wants to look different again at all cost. When everybody is praising the sun, the rebel remarks on the need for rain. When everybody is greeting the rain, the rebel regret the absence of sun. Funny. You must be thinking this word only, funny. But it's not actually funny. I'll explain you after the poem finishes. Well, line, in these lines, the poet says if people require the sunlight and praise the sun, the rebel is against them. He says that the sun is not required and there is need for rain. When everyone welcomes and requires rain, the rebel says something about the sun. He feels sorry for the absence of the sun. According to him, there is need for sunlight. Interesting. When everybody goes to the meeting, the rebel stays at home and reads a book. When everybody stays at home and reads a book, the rebel goes to the meeting. It means when every member of the society goes to some gathering and attends the meeting, the rebel stays at home and keeps himself busy by reading a book indoors. While when everyone stays at home and reads a book and keep themselves busy, the rebel tries to find some crowd of the people and wants to attend to them. When everybody says yes please, the rebel says no thank you. When everybody says no thank you, the rebel says yes please. It means when everyone asks for something, the rebel rejects the same with thanks because he is a person different from others. While when everyone does not like and does not receive anything and says thanks for that, the rebel on purpose requires that thing and asks for it. It is very good that we have rebels. You may not find it very good to be one. In these lines, a poet concludes that it is very good that we have social rebels in the society. But naturally, it is not good to become social rebel. The poet further suggests that if we already have rebels, we should tolerate them. Without them, life will become monotonous and dull. You must be thinking that rebels are good or bad. Well, there are good rebels and there are bad rebels also. What is the difference between them? Bad rebels breaks rules, but good rebels change rules. Bad rebels complain while good ones create something new. Good rebels questions and they are focused. Good rebels are optimist and energy generating, while the bad ones are pessimist and energy using. They attract, the good ones attract, they create possibilities and they use social opportunities. They keep on wandering, they keep on thinking and they pinpoint the causes. They are reluctant while the bad ones keep pointing fingers at others. They are obsessed about themselves and they vocalize their problems. So, what kind of rebel do you want to be? Or are you a rebel, the good one or bad one? Let's discuss more about this. True rebel is the one who is a participant in a rebellion. He believes that he is right and sometimes working against his own self. interest him. Stood up for those who were fake or harassed. They are positive, they stay out of the drama, they judge ideas and they don't judge people. They share the glory of their fame. They communicate in such a way that create clarity. In fact, they are the ones who create newness, who have newness in their ideas, who have innovative perspective and whatnot. So now you have come up with the qualities of rebel. So are you a rebel or not? Or you want to be a rebel?